I was just reading in the Tibetan book of living and dying about karma, and it's very eye-opening. In particular, it talked about terminal illness and how it could be a place of learning, change, and revelation, that all things that are negative, seemingly, are about growth. And talked about Milarepa, a Tibetan. He was everything from a sorcerer to he murdered all kinds of people. But in the end realized what he had done and turned around and became a holy man. So karma ends up being something of taking a good look at what we're going through, taking responsibility, and understanding that change is constant, as karma would be. So for each moment, understanding how we are at the root of anything, good or bad. The birth of our life path comes from us. Now, we immediately go to tragedy. An infant dies. A 6-year-old dies. Even somebody in their 20s. It's tragedy. And how can a 6-year-old be responsible karmically for their death? Well, I have no idea. I mean, I'm a student of life and also a professor of life. But if there's a grander scale, and again, you can't rationalize this theory with some hurting parent who has lost a child. But if there's a grander scheme, and if we merge science and spirituality and understand that all things are part of everything, and it's more about the ongoing spiritual growth and process that's more important than our physicality, then we understand it theoretically. But in fact, pain is pain. And I've seen it up close and personal. And I have perpetuated it. I'm a person. People do that. But now I'm faced with, I guess, tragedy, right? I'm limited in the physical world now. Big time. And I still look for the boundaries. All the time with this condition, for over 8 years, I've looked for the boundaries. How far I could go and still be, this is my physical world, this is what I can control, this is what I can enjoy. And now it's, for instance, yesterday I had these 3 plants I wanted to put in the ground. Digging a hole is hard for me. Doable though, especially my property's full of stones. Anyway, 5 minutes of digging and getting going and 10 minutes of sitting and resting. That's where the world has gone to. And this went on until I was done. And it's not getting tired. It's gasping for air. That's my world right there. If I want to experience that, but I chose to. And afterwards, I came in and I cleaned the house. I just kept going. And I turned the air up to a higher level. And I'm talking about this because it's change that will make everyone's life understandable. Don't understand the exact thing, the exact reason, but repairing damage you've done and avoiding further damage. But it can be small too, this whole idea of karma. It's hard, but I have somebody I know right now that's anxiety ridden. Well, hello. But he's really anxiety ridden. And all these little things keep happening for the past few years. To the house, got to move out, got to move in. Several things. Down to having a physical issue on vacation. That's all I want to put. I don't want to get too personal. But, and looking at it, I said, geez, that's too bad. And sucks, but how'd that happen? Anxiety is like fear, is like grief, is like anger. It's a thing that creates fertile ground within your life. If you're anxious about something, and I know about this, you run it through your head again and again, and you're not in the present moment. You're dropping stuff or whatever, and what you're doing is you're creating a space. You're creating anxiety and creating a space for anxiety to grow in. So more things will happen to you excuse me, that will make you anxious or fear or grief. Goes on. The list goes on. You attract your life to you by the things you say, think, do. And that perpetual motor that's inside of you is your creation. You get up in the morning and the first thing you start thinking about is, oh, I got to pay this bill today, or, oh, God, that person got really mad at me yesterday. And you play that over. That's your day. You just started your day with fertile ground for anxiety. And I'm not a rose-colored glasses guy. I don't mean get up. Ooh, it's wonderful to be alive. But it is. So if we take it away from the word world, even the thought world, and we put it into a place of experiencing, what's my day going to be? Breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, witnessing things that I do, that I see, formulating a response through patience, through calmness, through the understanding that it's all about that moment of change. And we can be a part of what change takes place in our lives by harboring a fertile ground of happiness, one of calmness, acceptance. Change is all there is, and we can work with it because we are change.